왕조의 트로피를 이어받는 박상현. 여러 가지 변수들을 만들어 보려고 노력했습니다. 박상현 선수가 통하지 않았습니다. 드론을 싹쓸이하고 있어요. 이거 돌리고 있습니다. 원하면 차드로 뛰는 겁니다.
박상현은 이런 선수거든요.
우와,
승부처입니다. 승부처. 울트라가 난입되고 브루드링.
취재 난전 끝에 승리 따르면서 가장 먼저 8강 진출.
ASL 본선에만 나오면 무조건 8강 이상에서 모습을 보이는 그 예상을 다 깼어요.
희생양이 나왔어요.
커리어 첫 24강에서 탈락.
16강에 올라오는데 걸린 시간 16분이었어요.
뮤탈로 일단은 사진 작업해놓고 히드라 두 부대로 밀어붙이니까 타스토스 입장에서는 너무 난감한 상황이 됐죠.
히드라만 뽑으면 그럼 어떤 선수라도 이겨낼 수 있을 것 같다는 생각이 들어요.
What's up, everybody? We're finally here. It's the round of 8. I love it when we get to the round of 8 of the ASL. Tonight is going to be maybe the best ZVZ that we will see all year, Artosis.
Yeah, very good chance of that. But who knows? Maybe we get a second one in the finals, Tasteless, if we get like a Soma versus Jadong thing going on. But yeah, it should be pretty good as far as the ZVZ goes.
It's going to be interesting. Right now, I think these are the two strongest Zergs that we've had in the ASL, just based off, you know, the historical data. Hero's been like in top 4 in ASL more times than I can count. Soma's looking to be the strongest Zerg there is right now. Obviously, as you were saying, Artosis, we do have Jadong, who looks incredible. He looks better than any period we've had previously here in the ASL, at least.
Yeah.
But these two guys are really top-notch.
Yeah. You know, Hero like fell off a little bit, but he's looking super strong once again. It has not taken him much game time. They were pointing that out a lot in the previous rounds, that he was kind of crushing through really quickly, just fast games and ending everybody. We'll see if he's able to do that here. I think Soma's pretty heavily favored. I look at this side of the bracket and I'm like, well, obviously whoever wins this is going to get to the finals. I don't think Tulbo or Leda are even supposed to be in the round of 8 realistically. Like, I really like both of them, and Lada's been playing out of his mind, but I'm like, this feels a little bit flukish on that regard.
Yeah, I think Tulbo Leda is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm really curious how that's going to pan out. But I think you're right. I mean, whoever wins this is probably going to have a golden ticket to get to the final.
I think so. You can see that bracket there. The other side definitely looking a lot stronger. You know, the 4 of the absolute best players in the world going at it. That should be a lot of fun next week. But I actually, like, to be fair as well, like, the CVZ I'm sure will be pretty good. I'm not the biggest fan of ZVZ, but I look at that TVP, and that's like a good match, Leda Tulbo. I'm like, ooh, I don't know how that's going to go. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited for Leda Tulbo. I think that's going to be an interesting one. It's cool to see they've both gotten this far, and that one of them is, no matter what, going to be getting into the round of 4, which is crazy. And of course, next week, I mean, we've got some crazy matches. I am so excited to see how those are going to pan out. And again, it's been a very fun, very interesting season of ASL. Super Terran dominated. We've really watered that down. And diluted a lot of the Terran presence that was, you know, here early on. We've got that golden ratio going into the round of 8. It was very Protoss light as well, but we did manage to keep the Protosses here in some form, and there's a chance we could even get a Protoss here in the finals as well.
Yeah, it's oh, they keep switching this camera view these days. It's thrown to like, well, we better go from the full camera view to another full camera view. Oh, that's a great transition, guys. Thank you so much. But yeah, what is it called? Like that old thing that people would do where they would like, it's like some sort of like alchemy type thing where they'd take like a poison and then they'd water it down, then they'd water that down, and they do it over and over and over until there's nothing left. And like, and this is now medicine. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the word for it.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
That's
It's not
okay.
alchemy though. Alchemy is
no.
turning something
Yeah.
into gold.
Well,
right?
alchemy,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
is
this
like a whole set. It's like anything that's turning something into something else. So I think it's like kind of
Oh,
falls
okay.
under that. But like, that's what we did to the Terran players, basically. There were
I mean,
too
it was
many
crazy
Terran
how many
players.
TVTs.
Yeah.
We had so many TVTs this season. I feel like I know more about that matchup than I do about currently what Protoss is supposed to be doing in the
Yeah.
game, even though I play all the time.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that this could pan out as far as, what the finals is going to look like. I think this match here today, this one is a real toss-up. I think anybody who's very certain that one guy's going to win this, I think you're kind of crazy. I think this is a really tough one to call. But and I think the only thing people should be pretty certain of is that the winner of this goes to the finals, just because Leda Tulbo, it doesn't seem like they should be able to beat a Soma or a Hero, in a best of 7 like that. But I mean, who knows, man? We've had upsets before. It could happen again. But that would be insane to have a Leda or Tulbo in the finals.
Yeah, that would be something else. But for sure, whoever got to the finals out of those two would die to whoever comes out of the other side. Like, I'm not going to sugarcoat that one. That's like, you look at those other 4 and they're like levels above. But anyways, this season has been fantastic. Back to what you were saying about all the TVTs. I actually had a lot of people tell me yesterday. They're like, that was actually a great group, Group D. Like, as far as a group of only Terran versus Terrans go, like, that was really entertaining games. And I would definitely agree with that. It feels like TVT has gotten a little bit better lately as far as entertainment value.
I think, the better people get at a matchup like that, that's pretty rigid and it's kind of hard to finish the opponent off historically. I think when you get people that really kind of understand the ins and outs of it, for sure, it does become more interesting. Interview time, guys.
플레이를 더욱 특별하게 만들어주는 즐거운 혜택 구글 플레이와
Hello
함께하는
and
ASL
welcome to
Season
match
21.
A of the round of 8 here at ASL Season 21, done in partnership with Google Play. So far this season, every match we've had was difficult to predict, and kicking off these quarterfinals are Soma and Hero. Let's talk to our 2 Zerg players. Hello, good to have you here. Hello, hi. Our 2 players are ahead of the first round of 8 match. Soma, how's your form? It's a bit cloudy today. How are you holding up? I'm quite fond of rainy weather. I don't mind. I've come having practiced hard, so I'm confident. When it was decided that your opponent in this round of 8 best of 5 match would be Hero in a ZVZ, how did you feel? Honestly, I think Hero is amazing when it comes to ZVZ. I did want to avoid him, and as you would have thought, that's why I ended up running into him. I just made peace with it, and I practiced diligently. Soma looks to be in decent condition, and I wonder what Hero's condition is like today. I'm in good shape today. I should be able to do well. To be frank though, there's enough reason to feel a best of 5 ZVZ against Soma will be demanding. How do you feel about it? He's a very strong player, so it won't be easy. But if I play well and play what I practiced, I might be able to win. You 2 are frequent Zerg representatives in the ASL, but it's quite surprising that you have not faced off in the ASL before. What do you guys think about each other's performance in extended series? Many fans are saying you're at your respective peaks at the moment. Can we hear how you rate one another? Hero, would you start us off, please? Soma plays very well nowadays. I learn a lot watching him play. But his ZVZ still needs a little work. I think I might be able to win. Soma plays very well, but he's still a few % short when it comes to ZVZ. A very level-headed appraisal by Hero. And Soma, as the defending champion, let's have you say something too. I'll be honest, at the moment, when the bracket was drawn, I do think that Hero was better at ZVZ than me, but I think I surpassed him when I prepared for this. I'll show you just that today. I don't think Soma would be acting so confident without due cause. With the round of 8 changing from best of 7 to best of 5 this season, planning for the series becomes even more important. I'm curious as to which map the players think will become the deciding factor today. Soma?
다 모든 경기 똑같이 다
The deciding battlefield.
그런 생각은 안 드는데
I prepared equally for all sets today. I did not think specifically about a decider, but my score prediction is 3-0.
연습 과정에서 어떤 깨달음을 얻은 듯한 박상현 선수의 시종일관
What an
자신만한 대답이 좀
awe-inspiring answer
인상적이네요.
filled with confidence from Soma as he seemingly came to some awakening during practice. Hero, what will be the deciding battlefield today? In any case, the first game should be the most important. If I take the first map, I'll win the match 3-0. It seems to me that neither player prepared for the possibility of the fourth or fifth set. They both appear to know that this will end in just 3 games. Let's close things out by asking for our players' final remarks. Soma?
했던 저전을 진짜 많이 돌려봤는데
I've really deeply gone over the ZVZs that Hero played in the ASL. He's solid, really good. He will be a big challenge for me as well. It is ZVZ, but I'll do my best to make this an entertaining match for the fans. Good. Can't wait. Hero? I've come to face off against the champion of last season. I will overcome this, and I will challenge for the trophy this season. Looking forward to it. Please show us some cool games. Thanks for the interview. We've just heard from Soma and Hero ahead of their quarterfinals match. Who will be the first semi-finalist of the season? It's time to start the games.
Okay, we're moments away from getting into this ZVZ. You know, interestingly enough, ZVZ may end up being a very important matchup in the round of 8. I mean, Jaedong looks incredibly strong. Both of these guys have a real shot at winning this entire ASL. And, you know, it's funny because last round of 16, and I think even in the round of 24, we kind of talked about sometimes one matchup is more important than others.
Yeah.
Because for a while, it looked like TVT was the most important matchup here. And I think it was for the round of 24 and the round of 16. But now, a lot of the Terran players are gone, Tastosis. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting to see where these guys are approaching it. I do think ZVZ in the last 3 years has gotten very, very interesting. We've seen a lot of new creative ideas. I think similar to TVT, ZVZ has just become a much better, more dynamic matchup. It's obviously always had those core features of, you know, limited income, limited tech tree. But we have seen some real creative growth in there. We've seen some games that go post-Mutiling, right? Hive Tech, Queen's Nests, maybe even a whole new set of ground units. We've had long-distance mining from extractors, sometimes with hatcheries over at the ramp. I mean, we've had a lot of cool ideas here. So this is going to be fun to see what these two guys are going to do. And I think these two, by the way, have got to be on the most cutting edge of ZVZ out of any 2 players in the world.
Yeah, well, I'd put Jaedong up there as well. Like, Jaedong's been doing very well in ZVZ recently and used to be the
he's
best.
Looking strong.
But
I might put these guys a little bit above him. I'm happy to eat my words if Jaedong ends up getting to the finals and beating one of these guys in that matchup. But, I mean, these guys have, in the last couple of years, have looked just untouchable in ZVZ.
Yeah, I've seen a fair amount of Hero ZVZs somewhat lately, and he is really, really, really good tactically in Zerg vs. Zerg. Like, I've seen games where he should be dead 100%, and he comes back just through smarts. So, you know, Hero is definitely someone who should be highly respected here. Look at how many games he's played in ASL, Tastosis. It's like 323 games in ASL alone. That's so crazy because he gets so deep generally. That's just a lot of games.
We might have casted more games of him than any other player. Like when you think about it, it's like he's been deep.
Oh,
in a
you're
lot
probably
of ASL.
right about that. He might have played the most games in ASL.
Yeah, I think so. So guys, this is going to be best of 5 here. You know, we're going to go match point, knockout, Jane-Do, Octagon, and Polestar here. Let's get into this, man. Let's see who's going to take this. ZVZ, statistically, the shortest matchup. Could be a short night, but you never know. Sometimes we end up with these crazy, long, drawn-out, turtled-up ZVZs as well.
Yeah, that can happen. I would absolutely love a Hive ZVZ, but I'm not counting on it tonight. It's such a rare occurrence. You know, it's like far less than 1%, but we'll see. Getting into match point here for game number 1.
Okay, we have Soma here in the top right, Hero in the bottom left. Real quick, guys, I know a lot of you have been messaging me on X or coming to my Twitch stream and asking me, like, how do I get tickets? SOOP is now posting where to buy the tickets if you want to see this live in person. It's on the YouTube video description.
Oh,
which
perfect.
is where the most of you guys are seeing this. So it's there. So if you want to find it, that's the place to go. I'm trying to think of, we're debuting these games on SOOP earlier on our SOOP channels. So if you're watching on YouTube and you couldn't scratch the itch fast enough, you can go there. It rests and sits on the website for about 48 hours before it goes on to YouTube as well.
That's right. It's on there very quickly. The quickest we've ever been releasing these. And the reason why we can do that is because of your guys' support. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Patreon if you have. And if you haven't, give it a look. It's patreon.com/ASL English. Your guys' support really, really helps out. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, consider signing up. We love you. We appreciate your support. And we love this game. We might love this game even a little bit more than we love you guys, if you can imagine that. But, by the way, this is going to be Overlord coming out here into Pool Gas. So it's going to be one of these fast tech builds. The same thing happened on the other side of the map, but with no gas here for Hero.
Okay. That's kind of cool. I have seen Hero playing around a little bit with a 3 hatchery no gas build, which was very interesting to me.
Wow.
I don't know if we'll see that here, but yeah, he definitely has been experimenting a little bit, but there's the gas, so it's not going to be something like that. But you know, the pros practice some various things on the ladder, and I go through so many ladder games of these guys because I keep up that Tastosis cast channel and have a new game every day on it. And like, so I see all sorts of stuff that they're testing where I'm like, ooh, is he going to use this in ASL? But it doesn't look like it so far. But he had a cool 3 hatch no gas build that was like actually went into Hive in one of the games that I saw, which was neat. I hope that we get to see it here tonight. But it felt like while I was watching, I'm like, I don't know if this is good as standard as Zerg for Zerg.
Yeah, I feel like the stakes are so high here. I would love to see some crazy new builds. I don't know if we're going to have them for a matchup like this one. We do have the 2 divergent paths occurring now in ZVZ. So one guy went for layer on 1 hatch. The other has gone for a 2nd hatchery with a later gas here. Now, you know, this generally means that the player that went for the quicker layer, he's going to be activating a little bit faster. He did get a 2nd hatchery and actually made it in his main. He did not opt to throw that down in his natural expansion.
Yeah. This is my build when I play ZVZ Tasteless. This is like I'm not too good at ZVZ, and this can be tricky and strong type of build that I learned from In Control many years ago. You can like go quick mutas with this, but also you have a lot of larva, so you actually can mass up lings if you need to. So interested to see how Soma utilizes this, because when you're playing against the other hatchery at the natural, it's like, okay, well, they're going to have access to gas if the game continues onwards. So you do have to be a little bit careful about that.
That is the one thing you're giving up, is you don't have an expansion here. But you're able to take a lot of different kinds of fights. You can see even the... looks like it's going to be a sunken colony made in the main here. And by the way, it's really well placed. You know, the way the spire is positioned there, I think it actually helps mine from the mineral patch a little bit more quickly here for that top patch. It for whatever reason, kind of, it's like it's got its own gravitational pull. It like pulls the drone from the top and makes it mine in a somewhat straight line. But yeah, when you don't have a 2nd base, obviously not having a 2nd gas is going to be huge. And that plays a bigger and bigger role, you know, the longer the game goes on, because the game starts out with Zerglings being the most important thing by far, pretty much being everything, to eventually Mutalisks and Scourge being really, really important. Not that Zerglings ever don't play a role, but, you know, ultimately, if one guy can get, you know, 2 or 3 more Mutalisks than the other player, or a couple more Scourge to change that count for their opponent, where they're going to be down by quite a bit, that can be all you need to win the game.
So there's no real way for Hero to break in, right? He's playing against someone with the same amount of hatcheries as him and a sunken. So Soma's going to be fine. And we just saw the evolution chamber go up. So that's like kind of saying, okay, we know that this is going into Mutalisks. I have to defend against that. So a lot of spores going up. And honestly, so far, this is a game where it's like, okay, this already looks like it's going to be a longer Zerg vs. Zerg than normal, right? Like, Soma's going to have more mutas, but Hero's going to try to turtle up and be okay here and, you know, get into his tank of gas a bit quicker. So it's like either you kill him with this as Soma, which I do not see happening, or you go down and you take your natural, right? And then you get your additional gas as well. I think that's the way this game is going to have to go for Soma. This does not look like a game that he's going to be able to get significant damage with his one base build on.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of ZVZs like this. So it's a bit of a slow cook here for what Hero's trying to do. He's got the double spores up. You are basically giving up, 4 drones to get those 4 spore colonies up here. No link speed, by the way, for Soma as well. He is not going to tech it. He's got to be careful, man. He's dropping drones here as well. He could end up even losing a couple more. He basically goes in and tanks a little bit of damage on there. The Scourge are going to come around. He's actually kind of boxed in here.
Oh! Dude,
oh my God, that's insane.
That's
he needs to
painful.
just go back home and heal.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth staying out here anymore. He has like 3 mutas with below 10 hit points. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's really, really painful there. Just about any hit is going to knock those out. He has a good amount of mutas, so I think he doesn't have to worry about like Hero just bombing across the map and trying to kill him right now. Hero's going to have to build up his mutalist count over time, but there's that expansion that we were talking about. No big surprise there. And with him taking that, he has to, like, Soma has to play kind of defensively here. Right? Like he can fly forward with the mutas and kind of threaten, but there's 4 spores. So it's not realistic for him to find damage with these mutas, especially with them so hurt right now. So I feel like this opens up the game for Hero where it's like, okay, what do you want to do, Hero? Do you want to try to get a big attack going? Do you want to potentially take a 3rd base? And that's where we're getting into very interesting territory.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like the game can end soon. So one thing that is going to play a larger role the further this game goes along is because Hero invested in the spores, he can't really be counterattacked. But Soma, on the other hand, can be counterattacked. The only defense he has is his own Mutalisks.
Yeah.
And so as the Overlords get cleared and the map gets darkened for both sides, you're doing a lot more guessing about what exactly is going on here. So Soma's going to take advantage of this. He's going to expand. He does have more drones right now than Hero, and is getting that second gas. And I really like the way the game's looking here for Soma.
Yeah.
But Soma isn't going to be able to, outright kill Hero for a while. And I think he's probably going to be forced to go up for another hatchery. Now, we also don't see if attack or armor was upgraded on either side. Attack is a little bit more expensive than armor for air upgrades.
Other
but
way.
Armor's a little bit... I meant armor's a little bit more expensive than attack. I think I might have just reversed it. Excuse me. But armor's a little bit better because the mutas fire glaives, and so you're able to tank each glaive a little bit better.
Now, Hero's coming across the map, and he has a lot of full health mutas and a ton of Scourge right now. But Soma's going to come out to meet him right away as his own Scourge fleet. And both of them trying to avoid Scourge, but taking a few hits here for sure. And Soma just has more. Hero in some big trouble here.
Yeah, and the problem when you engage in muta versus muta is because moving shot is a thing, you pretty much can't get away. And so he's going to lose his whole set of mutas. Some Scourge might be able to drive him back here. Oh, God, even this one actually isn't able to get away in time. I think he can flick shot down the Scourge as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really where the legs have been cut out from under Hero. I don't know where you can try to go in a game like this anymore, because now they both have gases, right? And so Soma can just always match the number of Mutalisks that Hero's going to make. And he already had like a 7 Mutalisk lead when he won that fight. So, I mean, this is kind of it.
Yeah.
Soma's going to send a drone up to 12. I think this is a great spot to try to expand into.
Yeah.
And I have a really hard time imagining any circumstances that would allow Hero to win here. This feels very, very lost. I think Hero tried to hit at a very specific time and get something done. By the way, armor is done here for Soma. It is not done, or might not even be upgraded here for Hero.
Yeah, Hero might have been going for that as an all-in move that he just did. It failed pretty badly. For him to win this game, he would have to bring it to Hive Tech. There's not a realistic scenario where you can win this outside of getting up to like better tech than your opponent, whether that's going to be, Devourers with their acid spores, or potentially Plague, or Dark Swarm, you know, something like that. But he's not even going towards it. His drone count isn't that high. He can't take a third base. Like Hero's pretty screwed after losing all those Mutas and Scourge and not really getting anything done.
Yeah, this is getting rough here. Did he actually scout that with the Lings? I don't know if he actually saw the hatchery.
Not sure, but even seeing the Mutas in that area, I think you can kind of intuit that it's probably there, right? It's like, well, yeah,
right.
He's so far ahead, he should be taking a third base just to seal the game.
Yeah, God, the Scourge are just getting obliterated now. You know, the Muta count's high enough that even the Glaives bouncing off the first Scourge will kill the second Scourge.
Yeah.
He can hit the Overlords here. Now, again, with the Spores, it's hard to finish the game. But the problem is that, you know, it's, for Hero, it's hard to really change the whole landscape of this game to have anything that looks like something that you could come out here with a win.
No, he would need Soma to like really throw over Spores or something. But even if Soma fought over Spores, I think he still kills him. Like,
yeah, you might be right.
Yeah, normally when a game gets bad like this, like you lose a Muta fight, like you just kind of have to try something absolutely absurd, like going for Hive, because it's just a numbers game. Yeah, and he's gonna GG. They don't even have the final battle. Not a big surprise. Yeah. It wasn't the best attack from Hero. Like, he made a bunch of Scourge and tried to bludgeon him. Tried to Ogre Zerg Gamer, the current Zerg champion, so that did not work out.
Yeah, I mean, Soma played a really clean game. Kind of a you know, depressing ending there. Just sort of evaluated this and said, all right, I choose suicide. And tapped out. I think truly the game was won when the air fight, the dog fight was won, but with Soma dominating and basically executing all of Hero's Mutalisks. They tried to retreat. So Soma up with a 1-0 lead right now.
Yep. Looking good, looking strong. I don't know if too many games will look exactly like that. Hero does play a more defensive style anyways, but we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, set number 2 on Knockout.
There's never been a better time to try to hit the finish line. Beast mode, baby, get it done. Everything before dinner time. Yeah, you could do it like this. 1, 2, 3, then cross it off the list. Hit the clock ticking and I ain't about to miss. Chop, chop, listen to this. Right now is a gift, yeah. Try that, can't get your time back. Go do it right now. Don't wait. Like that, you still got time, yeah. So do it right now. Gotta be on your way. Hey, I got the will, I got the right, I'm on it. I got the drive, I got the fight, I've done it. Get up, get loud, right here, right now. Show you the way, show you the road, you got it. Making your way, making it known, you done it. Get up, get loud, right here, right now. Right now. Picture perfect when you get it right. Do it once so you don't say it twice. Feel amazing when you live it right. At the end of the day, I'ma do it my way. Mama always had a good advice. Listen closely cause you're so wise. I broke it down, now let me simplify. Get it right here, right now. Can't get your time back. Go do it right now. Don't wait. You still got time, yeah. So do it right now. Gotta be on your way. I got the right, I'm on it. I got the drive, I got the fight, I've done it. Get up, get loud, right here, right now. Show you the way, show you the road, you got it. Making your way, making it known, you done it. Get up, get loud, right here, right now. Rip it up, go nuts. Everything we do, we have fun. Live it up, so what?
Welcome back, everybody. Our Zerg vs. Zerg continues on here. Soma up with a 1-0 lead versus Hero.
Yeah, looking very strong there, looking very sharp. His strategy made sense. Hero, like, kind of pulled the trigger on what looked to me to be just a Scourge Muta all-in, where he was trying to leverage the extra gas that he had mined before any plus armor upgrades finished, right? And it's not a bad idea, because you saw that Soma got a plus armor and Hero didn't, and he did hit before. So, like, if he has a few Scourge hit there, a few more Scourge, I guess, than however many did end up hitting, maybe he can snowball that into his favor. But the thing is, Soma is, like, the future of Zerg and the president of Zerg. Like, he has been one of the most important Zerg players for a while. He's been a strategic leader. He thinks about the game very deeply. And he's, like, the very new crop of pros are less stylistic than these older pros. Like, they're more flexible. They have a wider variety of what they can do, and they execute really, really well. They've still got that hunger that some of these older pros, I think, don't have as much most of the time. It's hard to, you know, speak in such wide phrases, but, like, I definitely see that from some of these people like Soma, where it's like, well, dude, Soma is hard to even describe what he does, because he does everything, and he does it all really well, and he's super hungry right now, and, like, he's really dedicated his life to the game, whereas a lot of these guys have been pros for 20 years, right? And they're like, I don't know, man, like, I'm still playing, I still like it, but, you know, don't have as much to prove and aren't as fresh and use the same style for 20 years, and you get stuck in that sometimes, you know?
You know, Soma's a really, really strong player and definitely very hungry. That was a game where basically one side was trying to play a very gradual game and grow, and that was Soma in this case. And Hero, looking at the direction the game went in, decided that he had a power spike where he might be able to come in and basically get a kill move before the air upgrades are done, if I'm understanding the game correctly. He basically wants to come in there and hit before armor or attack would finish. The Scourge have to connect to their targets well, and if you can snowball that, you can then reinforce with more Mutas, more Scourge, and win. And honestly, Soma was just too nimble in the fight, and the Scourge didn't connect, and then the Muta count started to snowball into Soma's favor. So let's see what happens as we go into game number 2. It is going to be on the map Knockout. Very different map from Match Point.
That's for sure.
Okay, Soma here in the top left and Hero in the top right. And let's see if we end up with that dynamic again. You know, one guy expanding, the other guy one basing, one player teching fastly, the other basically ready, you know, after the base has been secured to then have the defenses there, hold off whatever attacks are going to come in, and then try to tech up themselves.
Well, Hero, just in general, stylistically speaking, in ZVZ, I feel like pretty much whenever I see him play as Zerg vs. Zerg, he likes to take the expansions. Like he'll take the role of the guy who has to make spores. And the thing is, I kind of get it. Like in my brain, I look at that and I'm like, that just feels more flexible. You know, like you can do the mass sling, you can spore up if need be, right? Like you get that little boost of gas. Like it feels like a lot of options. Whereas the guy who goes one hatchery, you know, it's like, okay, you have to make something happen with this. You have to utilize, you know, your micro and tactics really, really well here to make sure that you don't get behind and you can potentially kill your opponent.
Very early gas for Soma. Meanwhile, Hero is getting his pool with no gas just yet. And it was actually Hero that did this last time, right? He went for the pool and then got a hatchery a little bit later.
Yeah, got the gas as well. And it looks like he will get the gas. And I think you're right. I think he'll probably go for a secondary hatchery coming up. But Soma's build is definitely like highly aggressive. He's going to go for, I would say, a very fast layer here and go into those mutas again. You know,
one thing to watch, and sorry, go ahead, Artosis.
I was just gonna say, in the modern era, like really modern StarCraft 1, I feel like there's been. It used to be considered more rock paper scissors in the ZVZ openings, but it has felt like, oh god, he's not mining. Okay, he gets that in. It used to feel a little bit more rock paper scissors, and it still does to some degree, but I feel like we see more one base fast layer builds than the other, like more than 33%. You know what I mean? Like it feels like if you're really confident in yourself, you can kind of make that build work against everything.
I remember in the rock, paper, scissors theory era of ZVZ, a lot of people were kind of shocked that then Jaedong had like, I think a 91% win rate in ZVZ, kind of debunking that view. But I remember, because I think you and I both played a decent amount of all the races in the early days, Artosis. I think before, and then eventually, the tournaments really picked up, but it's like, oh, I'm going hard into just this one race, right? And then the matches become a little bit less familiar. But I remember a lot of people thinking ZVZ was sort of this like one-dimensional rock, paper, scissors thing, but it does feel like that has sort of been shut down. But what in the world? This is so crazy.
Yeah.
Soma's hiding a hatchery at the natural.
That is so sneaky, and he was barely ahead of that Ling. He was exactly outside of its vision, and the Ling is a little bit quicker. Like, the fact that he still threw that hatchery down, that's one of the situations, because the vision doesn't fade immediately for the drone, so he saw the Ling behind him. But I would be looking at it, it got to the edge. The Ling got to the edge of what it should be able to see. I'd be a little bit nervous, like, did he see this? But I think Soma's so locked in, he knows that he didn't see it. But this reminds me very much of like Comms build that we saw in that ZVZ last season. What was it? It was like Effort versus Sulky, where there was the hidden base. It's really similar to that. I'm pretty sure this is Comms build, but I can't tell for sure. I mean, maybe we'll see in the interview at the end or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's funny because the Ling was down there checking for it, but it just barely didn't see it. But sometimes that's like the worst possible thing that can happen is you basically scouted the location and missed it by like just a blip on the mini map, because now you think for sure nothing's there and it actually is there, right?
Yes.
It's kind of different than being like, I never checked there at all, so maybe something's there. I don't know for sure, but he just barely missed it. So this is a really different looking game, because right now, from Hero's perspective, Soma is on one base, where Hero's on two, right? Now, obviously, if you're on two bases, the other guy's on one base. Doesn't matter which matchup it is. The guy who's on two bases for longer gets into a better position, right? Because they're going to mine more. So the guy on one base usually has to try to do something. The problem is that they're actually even on bases. So Hero's going to really have shoddy information that he's working with here. To try to play this game.
That makes it really hard, because see, he's making spores and everything, and that's fine, but like, it's very likely that Soma just sits back defensively. And look at the drone come down. He's selling this pretty darn hard right now. He's absolutely not going to make a hatch there. Like, that was...
Oh, my God.
That was him pretending. He actually pulled it back so fast. I'm like, oh, God. It's variable when the vision ends. There's certain times the game checks what you can see for people that don't understand this. So you actually have to be a little bit careful when you're doing a fake like that. But I think Soma is like exactly on the edge of everything right now. Just watching the way he's playing, it's like this is a player who is ready to win ASL again.
So, by the way, what he did there, he faked out the drone. The Hero came in there and tried to do a counterattack. He saw that there's no hatchery. So now Soma has sold even harder that it's one base when it's actually two base.
Look at these lanes.
I mean, oh my God.
I think Hero knows.
I think he's just trying to go around.
Oh,
he's just trying to counterattack with these.
Okay. I was like, somehow he's intuited because he saw no hatchery. He's like, okay, something sneaky's going on. So I thought he was going to maybe check around like 6 o'clock or something there with those lings.
No.
But no, it doesn't seem like he's caught on.
Yeah, no, basically what's happening is Hero's trying to counterattack here because he's thinking, okay, you're going to hit me any second now. All I got to do is be ready. And so that's why the mutas keep coming back here to catch the Ling's counterattacking. Oh my God, the Ling Scout. This is crazy.
This is huge. This is huge that he's found this, because like these drones can take tons of damage here. They're going to just try to run. So did you get enough from this as Soma? I feel like, yeah, he's done fine here, but it's going to be incredibly hard to keep defenses both at that base and at your main base. It's just, they're so far apart here. So, like, yeah, you can make a sunken colony and get back to mining, but if he just sends more lings, you're in trouble. And if you send everything down there to defend, he can send it to your main. So Hero actually, if Hero plays this right, I think it can actually go into his favor. He just has to stay aggressive.
Yeah, positionally, this is very, very difficult for Soma. I think basically once, Hero confirmed that there wasn't a base up there and that the attack wasn't coming, I think he made the right call trying to come down here and scout. So he sends lings over here. There's enough with the sunk and the lings that he can defend this, but you want to make sure you don't lose too many drones. Big fight in the middle of the map, and now Soma is behind Hero. Hold on a second. I think Soma has more mutas.
Yeah, he just
now,
caught
what is Hero
two.
going to be able to do?
I don't know. Well, he has spores. So, like, if he has enough mutas at home or Scourge at home or whatever, he can still kind of defend because he has double sport as natural. Oh, he's trying to come back, and Soma almost catches him. In fact, he came through too quick. I think he wasn't expecting that. But Hero with the counterattack with these lings in that main base, trying to get a few more of these drones. Some good micro there from Soma overall, though.
Yeah, his control has been great so far. Again, this is the problem when you hide a base like this, is now you have two spots to defend. And, it wasn't like he went for a spore crawler game, or a spore colony game, excuse me. Not that this is, this would really make sense. But the point is there's no spores. Like, so he can't make any static defense. So that Hero can basically pick and choose, come in here and get crazy damage, and then run back out.
Yeah, that is some big damage. And this is where the spores really do end up paying off. But Soma is catching the mutas. And there's Scourge following him. Oh, I like that. Very good turnaround on one of the mutas that he was trying to follow there. The Scourge very close, but get picked off. The mutalist count is just so high right now for Soma that I'm getting a bit nervous here for Hero, who doesn't have that many. But again, he has the spores.
Yeah, no, I think that Hero actually is probably on a better path here. I mean, he's taking out a lot of drones. The reality is he can remake the mutas. The drone count is going to get so low here that it's going to be hard to do anything but just remake drones. But at the same time, yeah, you're right, Tastosis. Soma's got a lot of mutalisks at home. Like, and the mutas are not going to be picked off anytime soon. Soma's also gone for the +1 armor upgrade. Kind of a nod to, late game ZVZ here. The problem is it's just going to be tough for Soma here. He doesn't have any way to kind of like counterattack or any kind of counterplay here. And Hero's basically comfortable sitting back and, on a good amount of workers, tacking up. Look at this. He's going to send these mutas down through the bottom. And, you can see that right now Soma has no idea which base he has to defend.
Exactly.
So the mutas can come up here. There's going to be drones at both bases. And you're going to be able to kill basically every single drone here.
Yeah, all the drones are going to fall. The thing is, Soma might be able to come down and kill the mutas, which would be worth more than those drones technically. But look at this. He does the Zergling counterattack at the same time, knowing that Soma's having a very hard time defending all the different locations. I almost feel like Soma should have sucked it up once his base got scouted, knowing that tactically this is what Hero should do. And Hero, again, is ZVZ-wise, he might be tactically the best player in the world. Like, he knows how to move his units and get these advantages. I almost feel like Soma should have just been like, all right, we're going to go all in on the spores as soon as his mutas appear at a base. Just say, okay, you get that base, and I'm going to go try to kill you.
Well, now Soma's going to close in on these mutas down here. And, because of the shape of any StarCraft map, if you can just chase them to the corner of the square, any of the four corners, you can usually get an execute. Some lings are going to come up here for a counterattack. Soma's got enough mutalisks now that he can kind of defend both locations. And what looked like it could have been an opportunity here for Hero, I think is starting to diminish. He's got... well, actually, no, I stand corrected. I'm sorry. I'm going to take back the direction of what I was saying. I thought that Soma had remade a little bit more drones down there. I think Soma's still in a really, really difficult spot. All Hero has to do is keep mining from 2 gases.
Yeah.
And keep upgrading himself, and he's going to be fine.
The upgrades are tied right now. He's sitting with all of his mutas on top of spores, so definitely cannot attack in a situation like this. It seems like Soma's getting a little bit more map control than what he's had so far. Like, he is doing a better job of kind of fanning out and making sure there's not as much coming across the map to attack him. Here, just 4 Lings coming in, but he does have that Sunken, which can kill those. Some Scourge coming across. I don't think he can attack into a hero that's sitting in his base with his mutas. Like, if he's going to attack, he had to do it when the mutas were across the map trying to harass him. Here, it doesn't seem realistic to me at all.
So Soma, you know, with the more Mutalisk is going to basically try to pelt down the Extractor with the Mutas. And, you know, that's actually pretty big because that's going to knock you onto 1 gas. And it didn't occur to me, I guess, when you have Muta counts that are high enough in a game like this, the odds that the Spore is ever going to double target a new Mutalisk every time you weave back in there is pretty low, right? So, yeah, I mean, I guess this is a very interesting way to kind of handle this, is to basically try to starve him out, keep him defending. Cutting the gas income in half is huge. And I guess when you're in this kind of a position, it does force them to then try... Oh, hold on a second. He's actually, like, up here killing out workers. He's going to snipe into the Muta. This is crazy.
It's great movement from Soma, because Hero has more, and he has the defensive structures. But Soma has, like, moved his mutas in a really fantastic way. Just barely out of range right there. More mutas coming in from Soma to help, but... looks like he does get away from that following group. This is kind of a crazy game right now. I really feel like this could go either way.
Yeah, no, he's got a very interesting approach here. He's weakened this position here for Hero. Soma's got +2 armor, by the way, which is insane.
Yeah.
The +2 armor upgrade is so much more expensive than the +1 armor upgrade when you play. Like, a lot of times I'll see people just get 1-1.
Yeah.
And now he can really fight. And what's happened is he's realized there's this, oh my god, he's going to dive on the Spore. And he can kill the Spore before the mutas can even come up there.
Well, that +2 carapace is making him so brave. Like, you're taking far less damage. The first carapace upgrade prevents 3 damage, and this one does 2. So he is just taking far less damage in here, and you can see how that trade is beginning to look. It is just going completely into Soma's favor here, and it looks like he's going to be up 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, Soma basically did it. I got to say, he is, like, looking so much stronger than Hero. I'm actually just never used to Hero looking like he's struggling at all. I thought back about this in all my games, and there's basically 2 players that I cast in ASL that I feel like never look like they're struggling, and one is Flash, the other's Hero. So this is kind of crazy to see.
Yeah. Everything really turning up Soma so far in this series today. I feel like Hero actually played quite a good game, but Soma's preparation was super strong. The fact that he was smart enough to go into +2 armor, even when he was taking that much damage. A lot of times people will cut that and be like, I need the 2 more mutas. You know, it costs more than 2 mutas, the +2 armor upgrade, which makes you think, like, oh, is this really going to be worth it in this case? Because, like, I got to live till that's done without falling further behind for not buying those 2 mutas. But really masterfully played from Soma. It seems like the torch truly is being passed from these older pros into the younger pros at this point, especially Soma. Like, he's definitely leading the pack as far as the younger pros go.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing so well. This was, I think, one of the most difficult positional games in a ZVZ that I've ever seen anybody get out of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, usually you get into kind of a bad position, and, you know, things spiral out of control so fast in Zerg vs. Zerg that it's really hard to recover. So the fact that he had basically 2 naked bases on opposite sides of the map and not a whole lot of map vision, and Hero was abusing him over and over, and it was just Soma running around putting out fires and eventually recovering into this, like, wrecking ball attack into the main, taking out the Spore, the mutas, and then of course all the drones. I mean, it's crazy. Now +2 armor, +1 attack.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. To see 1-2 mutas is a pretty rare thing in any matchup. But yeah, ZVZ generally doesn't even go this long. But he's playing against +2 armor there from Hero, so Hero's, like, almost caught up on those upgrades, but he's at 22 supply. Like, the writing's on the wall. Hero's definitely dead. He's trying to make something happen, but, like, I can't even see how you could possibly throw from this position as Soma. There's, like, yeah, if he just kind of sits at home, and now he's going to have 3 gas. Hero made a bunch of spores, but he barely has any drones. He barely has any Mutalisks. Like, Hero would really need Soma's help to come back in this game.
Yeah, it is another game where I feel like we're just seeing Hero kind of sit back and look at the game and try to think out a solution, but I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
Soma really playing, ZVZ in a way that has been so smart. But then also, like, his plan kind of backfired when the base was scouted. So he had like a plan that almost worked, then it got spotted. And by the way, props to Hero for even figuring out what was going on. But after that happened, someone played an extremely difficult position and just still came out on top. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's very, very impressive what Soma has pulled out here. I liked how Hero was playing it, though. Like, once he found the base, the way that he was doing the attacks was really, really effective. But Soma just kept calm and cleaned everything up, which is, that's one of the big tips that I see out of, like, for instance, in a lot of Flash videos. He's like, yeah, you just got to clean things up. Things are always going wrong in StarCraft 1. Like, always, always, for every single player. It's like stuff's on fire, you're taking damage where you shouldn't. It really makes every game into like a special snowflake. And the fact that Soma lost all his drones at the bottom left like 3 times and ended up at 73 supply to 32 is pretty darn impressive.
I mean, it's wild. And a lot of that is just, having the instinct of knowing where Hero's going to move and then, getting there in time and doing all that. It is funny that I was going to say Hero is eventually going to leave here. There's like, he literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
Another kind of weird game where Hero fizzles out long after the real battle has been lost for him. Kind of stays in for a little bit too long there. Okay, so Hero now in real hot water. Soma is up 2-2-0 in this best of 5.
Yeah, looking pretty strong, pretty poised to go into that round of 4. Normally Hero's home turf, but does not look like he's going to be making it there today. We'll see. Like, ZVZ can turn suddenly, like we've definitely seen reverse sweeps in Zerg vs. Zergs before, but the thing is, it looks like the micro of Soma is a little bit better today. The strategies are well planned out, and he's on. So I really think he's going to be able to close this out. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, Jane Doe in Zerg vs. Zerg.
Time that we end this. I'm a legend in the making. Crowd's mine for the taking. Here's a message for the haters. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. Give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. Come loose, living that proof. Gotta have guts for the glory. All of that fame, all of my name. Even the great can ignore me. Feast your eyes on the prize. I got that drive. Haven't you heard I'm relentless? All of that hype, take it in stride. It's about time that we end this. Lights, camera, action. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness. Give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. Give it up, give it up. There's no debate, I'm made for greatness.
We are back, everybody. Thank you for waiting. We're going to go into Game 3 here. And hopefully we get a Game 4 and a Game 5. But it could be just a Game 3 because right now Soma's up 2-0 in this best of 5.
Yeah, definitely looks pretty dominating from Soma. He looks a lot better than Hero in these ZVZs thus far. And I kind of expect that to continue forward. He looks so dialed in. That's the main thing. Like all of his movement, all of his plans, his micro, everything. Like you can even see his understanding. Like he's doing everything just correctly. And Hero just doesn't look to that level today.
Yeah, both the games had a lot of similarities as well. In how they started to pan out. I mean, we basically, obviously the Game 2 had a hidden base, right? But the fact that one side expanded and then went for defense, securing the second gas, the other side teched and basically expanded a little bit later. Soma seems to know very well how to play that game, to the point where I'm wondering if Hero should just kind of abandon that play style from here on out.
That's the thing, is that's where he's really strong, is like he plays like the spore based ZVZ probably better than anyone in the world. I think he's the best kind of defensive-ish Zerg player out there. And it really, like, I feel like every ZVZ I see is basically him playing kind of like that. But Soma is so clearly prepared for how to play against that. And this is what I was alluding to before, is a lot of the older pros, we can sum up stylistically how they play really easily. How does Leda play, Tastosis? Wraiths. How does Hero play a ZVZ? He likes spores. You know, how does Best play? He attack moves giant armies, right? Like everyone has like their style, these older pros. But the very new set of pros like Soma, there's like a few of these guys popping up where like, can you describe Scan's style? I mean, I watch more Scan games than anyone but Scan, and like, no, I can't, because he does everything. Can you describe Soma's style? A little bit, but like he does everything. This new breed of pro gamers are just so flexible, and it's incredibly hard for the older pros to keep up with that because they can just adjust to what they're doing so well.
Yeah, I think we get a lot of these, especially the younger players. They can basically do everything.
Yeah,
you know, they're the complete total force of what the race is capable of doing and being, and that makes it tough, right? You're right, it's not a stylistic thing. Like look at Bisu as an example, who's extremely strong, but he's got a very specific style. Like when you watch his games, you know you're watching Bisu, right? Yeah. So anyways, I mean, we're gonna get into Game 3 here, but yeah, I think that style that we've got here from Hero, it just seems like Soma knows exactly what he's up against and is completely ready to disarm it.
It does definitely seem that way. You know, hopefully Hero can start fighting back. I'd like it to get a little bit closer. This is going to be the most interesting map by miles, Jane Doe, because like you have that free expand, and hell, you have the expand in front. Like he could play that spore style, take the expand in front, and go 3 base. You know, like I don't know what we're gonna see here.
Okay, we've got Hero in the top right. We've got Soma here in the bottom left. Guys, consider signing up for the Patreon, patreon.com/ASL English. That is all.
Yes.
On the map, Jane Doe, I gotta say, one thing I love about when we get the weird maps is how they're going to impact mirror matchups.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, sometimes you get a weird map and you're like, well, that kind of makes this matchup like a TVZ or a PVT. You know, there's a lot of things that one race can do the other can't, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in a mirror matchup, it is inherently going to be even. It just means that the races can grow and kind of develop in different ways.
You actually suddenly have me sad that we didn't see a Protoss versus Protoss on this map, because I find Protoss versus Protoss games, if you get a free natural, PvP changes probably more than the other matchups. It's been very exciting anytime we have a map like that and we get a PvP on it. I'm like, ooh, this is so cool how PvP changes. Oh, wow. That's a very quick drone coming around. Wait, is he going to hide in expansion? Oh, that's funny. So he's going to 9 hatch there. So 9 hatch, from what I understand, like, you're going to get more larvae. Like, obviously, it's this weird build where, like, you're not making drones for a very long time. But you get a lot of Zerglings with a 9 hatch, and the position makes me think, it, like, kind of reminds me of, like, a forward third base in Zerg vs. Protoss. It's like, okay, well, you can rush quicker with this for sure. So I'm looking at this. I think this is just going to be a mass Zergling all-in from Hero.
I think you're probably right. The question is going to be, you know, how heavily can you flood this? One thing that's weird about this map in this matchup is, like, there's basically no way to drone scout them really fast, easily. So you have to Overlord scout, and you're very, very far apart on this map. So it's like a long travel. You basically have to commit to your build order before you really know what you're up against, which is kind of weird. Yeah, I think you're probably right, though. I think he's just going to straight up Ling Flood. Now over here, Soma's going to try to just clear out the entrance. In fact, he only takes the medic out. I guess it makes sense to keep the Marine there.
I think he's actually, he's faking because he put the Overlord over where the medic was. So I think he wants him to think that it's still closed.
Oh, you are so smart and handsome, Artosis. Oh, you're totally right.
Yeah. So he's hitting these lings. They're both playing super sneaky games right now.
Oh, I have, you know, this is so crazy because this is stuff like you have to be so deep into Zerg, like, knowledge to even think of an opening like this.
Yeah.
So right now, almost like a magic trick, it looks like the entrance was never opened. Well, then how would Lings be on the outside?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
My God. And he's hid the Lings over here as well. And he's got a layer coming here, right? It looks like, okay, he's made a few Lings.
Yeah,
now
that
these
is so
Lings are going to
sneaky.
come. Oh, my God. This is like... I'm like quivering right now. I can't believe how smart this is. This is so crazy.
Dude, he goes after the pool. He doesn't even... like, the pool is in such a location, you can't even fight it with your drones. Look at how long it's taking for him to even get drones around to potentially fight against this. Oh, my God,
Yeah.
Soma. This is...
Soma just won.
This is incredible what he's done here. Does Hero still have a chance because he has the second hatchery?
I don't know. He needs to try to kill that pool if he can. If he gets the pool, I think the game will end.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to flood with more Ling. The pool takes a long time to make, honestly.
Yeah, it does. And he doesn't have money to remake it anyways.
Yeah, maybe not, though. I mean, he's got more Lings coming across the map now.
If he
is doing a
doesn't
good
kill the
job hitting these
pool,
drones.
does Hero just win? Because he's going to have, like, all this larva's been used up by Soma trying to get this. And he still doesn't know about the second hatch, as far as I can tell. But there's been enough Lings that he has to know there's a second hatch somewhere, right?
I mean, I was gonna say he has to know about a second hatch. Also, there's no way you, like, don't have a layer and also, like, don't have a second hatch. Like, you just have like 600 minerals in the bank.
Yeah, was this guy like D rank?
yeah. He doesn't know to spend his money or anything. Like, but somehow he's in the ASL, so you have to know something's out there, right?
Yeah.
So he sent some back. Other Lings are gonna come through here. I don't even think Hero's gonna react in time to save this.
Oh boy. Not looking
And again,
good.
he doesn't even have to engage the Lings in the center. There are, he's going to run around and just hit this pool, I think.
The pool has to die to these. This is too much damage. So the pool goes down, and he has a sunken plus Lings plus his drones to fight here. And I bet you those are Lings about to hatch out of his hatchery. I think this is just game. I think that Soma has just 3-0'd.
I can't believe how well Soma played this. This is some of the most impressive ZVC stuff I've ever seen. I mean, this build, by the way, this is one of those builds you bust out once in a tournament, you know, and it's like, I don't know that you can do this a second time. Because, you know, people are going to see this. The whole ladder is going to change with how people are playing when they see this.
It's a sneaky one.
Like, on this map, at least. You know what I mean? The fact that you can basically, again, almost like it's a magic trick. Like, is this your card? And he's like, how did you know my number? Yeah, I mean, this is just wild to me. This Sunken Colony is at 8 HP, is finally killed off. and he's going to go right into a spore. So this is like a spore being made without a spawning pool.
Yeah.
Which it's funny because like in my mind, I kind of forgot this was like even a thing. Oh wait, is that a spawning pool on the left? It must be,
Is
right?
it? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah. But you can get an Evo chamber and get a spore before your pool, I guess.
Well, he's going to kill that spawning pool too, Tasteless. You can't really do anything against Zerglings here. Like, your drones having to come out to fight. Drones are the worst fighters out of all the workers. They are just completely garbage.
They're pretty bad.
They are so soft. Yeah, GG. And that is Soma going up to the round of 4. 3-0
there.
Wow. Really one-sided.
Probably gonna go to the finals again.
Very likely.
Strategic mastermind there. I mean, dude, that game was just a delight to see.
It was.
I mean,
the
way he hit it so well, and you know, it's crazy. It's like, how do you even plan for that?
Well, it's a lot of planning. It's not even practice. It's literally just it's like the type of planning Mini does.
I meant from Hero. I mean, like, how do you even be ready for that? I don't think you can be. You know, that's what I meant. I mean, like, if you haven't seen that before, you just don't know. I mean, you have to be smart enough to know to see an Overlord there and go, oh, he might have actually killed whatever's underneath there.
Yeah. It's so funny the amount of stuff you can hide in StarCraft.
Yeah. I remember just, you know, having my shuttle get shot down by a turret under an eBay and kind of my mind just being blown like, oh my God, I guess they can hide something under a floating building, you know. But yeah, here we have what is a neutral unit. You put an Overlord over it, it looks like the entrance is still sealed up when it is. And by the way, talk about knowing exactly where to apply pressure. The placement of this pool operates as a wall that you can have a sunken colony somewhere in the middle between the layer and the pool and the extractor and make a sunk there. But because that setup isn't there yet, suddenly the spawning pool becomes this weak point because the Lings and drones have to go all the way around to defend.
ASL Season 21 8강 A.
We've just wrapped up match A of the round of 8 between Soma and Hero here at ASL Season 21, as the first player moving on to the semi-finals this season is defending champion Soma. Congratulations. Thank you. You were brimming with confidence all the way since the pre-game interview. With a perfect score of 3-0, as you predicted yourself, you once more move on to the round of 4 while securing a seed. How are you feeling? I really was certain that this would be a 3-0 win after I finished practice, but just in case, I did have a build from Calm prepared for the 4th set. It would have been no problem. Hero has been to the round of 8 a total of 12 times already. He is experienced, and he's a very skilled Zerg player. It's ever so inspiring to hear you say that you gained confidence once you finished preparing for a play like that. What was practice like? I would kill 10,000 Scourge a day. I played so much ZVZ that my elbows hurt. I was getting sick just looking at Lings and Mutas. I want to look at Lurkers in a non-mirror matchup. So that's why your Muta Scourge micro in the first set was so machine-like. You showed a wide range of builds in all 3 sets today. In the first set, you went for a 12 pull into gas with a second hatchery in the main. And in the second game, once again, you went for a quick gas and a hidden expansion. And then, a quick end to the game with Lings after a 9 pull in the 3rd set. Did you calculate and plan to play in this order? Yes. Oh, so in the 2nd set you went for a hidden base at the 8 o'clock, but as you lost a bunch of drones throughout, the way the situation was unfolding didn't seem very good. Did you plan for that? For what to do later? In the 2nd set, thinking about it now, I think I should have gone for Burrow. I guess I missed that in practice, but still I feel the game went as planned. And in the 3rd set, you ended the game quickly with a deadly stream of Lings. Who could ever take down Soma, who has gotten so confident thanks to the practice he put in? That's the question I have on my mind after seeing this flawless match.
4강에서 만날 상대는
There are two possibilities open for who you can meet in the round of 4.
선수가 열려 있는데요. 타종족전은
Either
속도예요.
Tolbo or Lita. It's a given you will be playing a non-mirror. Which race do you want to meet more?
스터리 형이
Tolbo.
제가 너무
I like Tolbo so much, I picked him straight away in the group selection ceremony. I'll be very happy if he makes it as far as these semi-finals. It will be a fun game. We will have to wait until tomorrow to see if your and Tolbo's story continues. I'm sure many colleagues had a hand in your perfect performance today. Would you address them, please? I got a lot of help from Saber, and also from Lava, Sulky, Action, Shine, and Calm. They treated it as if this was their own duty. They helped me, gave me advice. They gave me a lot of strength. And big thanks to our university team members for coming here. And our manager texting me even in the early morning hours. That was a big help, thank you. Once more, congratulations on advancing, Soma. We'll see you for the semi-finals. And my wife. Wow, that was close, Soma. Yeah, my wife. When my kid cried at night, she told me just to keep playing. She made it so I could focus on practicing. I was able to win thanks to her. Hope you can have as good of a showing in the round of 4. Thanks for the interview. Congratulations on the win. Thank you. We've just heard from Soma, who moves on to the semi-finals. This is ASL Season 21, done in partnership with Google Play. Are you guys ready for the special extras and gifts we have prepared for you, our loving ASL fans? Go to the Google Play app and click on your profile in the top right. Go to the Payments and Recurring Payments menu and then the Input Code tab. And get ready to input the code that is about to be revealed. Let's look at today's gift from Google Play. The code is G46SFVJJBLUHS. Let me read it again. G46SFVJJBLUHS. We hope you managed to grab this gift from Google Play. 3,000 people who input the code get 500 points. First come, first serve. We hope you keep participating. And we also have a cheerful event for our fans in the studio. 5 people will receive the Pro's Choice mouse, Razer Viper V3 Pro White. Can't wait to see your tasteful cheerfuls in the crowd. We're going to throw it back to the commentators as they pick the winning cheerfuls.
Okay, everybody, we are back, and what a series, man. I mean, Soma, he could win this ASL. He looks so clean, so perfect, so strong. Some of the best CVC I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, he should probably be the favorite. Like, we think he's going to go to that finals pretty easily, where you can look at the other side of the bracket. It's like, anyone could win that. Who knows? It's such a crazy side. But yeah, he's looking completely dialed in, wanting another championship. But it's not going to be easy. Not gonna. Oh, there's the shirt. I love that shirt. Oh man. But yeah, a lot of fans out there. They're going to show a lot of signs because you know what? It was a very quick day. 3-0 in Zerg versus Zerg. You can't get much quicker than that.
Yeah, it's hard to top that. 3-0 ZVZ. That's about as short as a round of it I think can be. We're going to clock in at about an hour and a half here. Interview, commercials, and gameplay.
Yeah.
But look, I mean, Soma played really well. I actually really enjoyed these ZVZs. I'm appreciating the mirror matchups more and more as StarCraft just ages like a fine wine or a fine whiskey.
Indeed. Like I have enjoyed ZVZ more lately than I did in the past. PvP as well, although I feel like we haven't seen much PvP in a while. I feel like Protoss has been a bit more sparse lately in the tournaments, but maybe that'll change in the future. But yeah, Soma looking great. I think that, you know, that was I think, a reasonably entertaining series. But when you look at these other three, these are all amazing series. Obviously, the bottom side of the bracket is like god tier games, but Leda Tolbo is a good match. Like those are the two kind of misfits in this round, and it's hard to predict. Like, I feel like Leda has played better than Tolbo, but Tolbo is delivering, and everyone I know is now a Tolbo fan, including myself. So
Everybody. Yeah, me too.
everybody. The guy is awesome. The people are calling him Tol God, and like someone was saying like, oh, Artosis is tearing too strong. There's never been a Protoss bone joint. I'm like, Tolbo, and then they shut their mouths because this guy is already a legend, Tasteless.
Yeah, he is very quickly become very popular in Korea, outside of Korea. And again, seeing Leda in a round of 8 and maybe even a round of 4, that's insane.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I think next week is going to be insane too. I can't wait. It's Artosis. Any closing thoughts?
No, we may as well just end it. It's a quick day. That's it.
Yep.
Thank you for watching, guys.
Go to the Patreon, guys.
ASL English on Patreon. And we'll see you next time.